What is up with it? Today we have top 8 of the Latin finals. Shout out to Sang Sang Events for streaming this all. Awesome quality. We have Eric Quintana. I believe he was the higher seed, so he gets to choose the rock, paper, scissors. He's going to be on BY versus Mateo on Enel. Eric chose to go second. That makes a lot of sense. As going second is just the better curve for BY Luffy. I don't know if either of them chose to mulligan. Judges seem like they want to interrupt every play at this event, which is, fine. I saw a gecko in this stack. I'm sure he's not thrilled with seeing that go to the bottom. Um, Eric, an absolute professional. Great at the game. Really, honestly, I think one of the most underrated players in the entire game. I don't see people talk about him too much, but he just consistently performs at these large events. I don't know if he has any wins, but I know he has several top eights. Um, looks like he's using the anniversary edition of the Luffy. Gonna swing 7 and pass. So no Kuzan on 4. We'll see how the Enel chooses to play this. I'm under the impression that this is a 50-50 matchup, maybe give or take a 5 points one way or the other. I think it really depends on like Enel triggers and things like that. Um, no trigger. Gonna go ahead and play the punch Luffy. Gonna go ahead and use the effect. He's really reading it to see, does the order of the draw and the burn matter? I think it says and, so whichever way you do it shouldn't matter. But he's definitely not trying to get sharked or anything in top 8, so just being extra careful. I know he's super familiar with his cards. He's been playing BY for a long time. But never hurts just to double check just real quick. We're going to go ahead and rest 5 here to play the Nami. Going to go ahead and trash a Raigo to KO the Luffy. Makes sense. Just going to continue starving the Luffy here, trying to build a board. I have to imagine newer cards like the Nami definitely help the Enel in this matchup. Okay, so on 8, we're going to go ahead and play a Kuzan. Oh, second Kuzan. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe he... Wait, did he draw a second card? I don't think he did. Yeah, there we go. He caught it. It is mandatory, so even if he had passed turn, we would have to correct that game state. He would be forced to draw. Interesting that he's choosing to leave Mateo at 2. This is the 8 Dawn turn. I wonder if he's going to heal... Okay, the Kuzan. Put that on the bottom and pass. Looks like they're having some friendly banter. So far, kind of hard to say who this is going well for. It does feel like Enel has kind of had some answers for everything that BY has attempted to do so far. Gonna go ahead and play the Sabo, just filtering the hand. I wonder if we're going to continue trying to leave the Enel at 2 here. Okay, gonna trash a Hiyori and a Rocket Luffy. Getting rid of the Hiyori here is pretty telling. means he definitely has some other Awakeners in hand. So I have to imagine that next turn on his 10 Dawn turn, or I guess his 12 Dawn turn technically, I have to imagine he's going to Awaken. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put that Fist Luffy just at the bottom of life face up. Just saying, hey, I know you want to go to 0. Not today. You'll go to 0 when I tell you you can go to 0. But I have to imagine we have... Looks like he just mouthed that he has 10 cards in hand. That's a lot. A lot. Gonna start with a Makino. Oh, this is so nice. He gets to put the Fist Luffy. He gets to rearrange them. So he can put the Fist Luffy back on top. Oh, this Makino is nice. I think the judges are being kind of super stingy. Because all of these players are like being very specific about like playing the card and then resting the Dawn. And I feel like that's just not what people normally do. Like, see, that's not his natural movement. I think he's doing it because the judges are like really trying to enforce it. Which is like, I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to try and enforce, but don't even think it really makes sense. Why am I putting the thing on board and then resting the Dawn? If anyone knows the proper ruling on that or why it is that way, I'd love to know. Yep, so we're awakening here for sure. That Makino into Flampe was really good. We aren't going to be able to do the 9k 1 life shenanigans with like Hiyori. Or wait. Yeah, we are, because we leveled up into the big Luffy. So we're currently 7k. So we can go 9k 1 life as long as we have a baby and big that match. Eric really thinking about this. Oh. For sure they just stopped him because he rested the Dawn before he played the character. This is crazy.
That's so silly.
There's just no way, right? Like, I have to be mistaken. There's no way they're doing it like this. Okay, so gonna go to 7, 2 life, 1 blocker. He's gonna pass. This doesn't feel like a phenomenal situation, right? Like, they're 4 wide, this Enel player is. Enel doesn't look too pleased, though. And he played the Kuzan. It could technically get popped by a Yamato, but I don't think it will. These Kuzans, I think, are going to put in mad work, though. If he's not able to get rid of these Rocket Luffys, we're going to be able to -4 on both of these Katakuris and pop both. Wow. Okay, this actually feels like a pretty good position for Eric, the more I think about it. I'm just going to go ahead and swing 8. I imagine this will... Oh, just go through. Huh. Alright, well, I'm glad I didn't finish my sentence then. I mean, surely Eric has another 2k in hand, right? Like, he discarded one earlier off Sabo. I think he's asking number of cards in hand. Was unable to read Mateo's lips to decipher what the answer was. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and block here. Oh my god. Yo, for sure he did that because the judges were like, will you put it sideways? Don't just put it in your grave. Will you, like, shift the card sideways, say I block, let your opponent go, I accept, and then put it in trash. What could Enel do that's annoying here? I don't think another Katakuri matters very much. I kind of feel like he might just swing big twice. Yeah, just go. I think that's a 9. Or. Oh, yeah, that's a 9. Okay. I'm really confused why we didn't just 2K out of the initial 8. Wow, we actually just got taxed so many cards this turn. Like, literally so many. Surely Eric was just throwing by not 2K'ing out of the first 8, right? He's going to swing at the Nami minus the Katakuri. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're still in a decent position here, assuming we have Gecko Moira. But we don't even get to pop both Katas in that situation. So yeah, we're gonna do the bread and butter of Sabo and Luffy. To no one's surprise. Boost leader by 2, yep, make sure we're announcing that. Gotta be really careful about that. Don't want to be caught slipping. If you are choosing to play BY, please make sure you are always announcing verbally or and or with dice that you're boosting your leader. It is optional, so if you don't do it, you don't get the boost. It's as simple as that. Honestly, pretty surprised that Mateo countered out to save the Nami. Like, really surprised, actually. Because, like, you have to imagine you're losing both the Nami and the Gadatsu every time, right? Like, we get to swing 8 into Nami here again. And then we get to swing 11 into Gadatsu. Oh, no, we're going 11 into Katakuri. Oh, wow. We save the Nami, but the Katakuri dies. Is there really that big of a difference between a 5 and a 6? I almost feel like I would have swung at the Nami. I feel like I would have swung at the Nami and then swung at the Katakuri. I don't even know if I would have swung at the Katakuri. Alright, well, Eric's better than me. He got significantly better results than I would have. And now it feels like he's in pretty crazy position. Okay, so he is swinging the Kuzan.
Why would you not swing the Kuzan?
Because, like, normally the Enel player isn't going to get any value here, like, with a 5k swing, right? And by putting the Kuzan sideways, you make it so that, like, the Nami or the Enel can get rid of it. But I guess we got rid of both. I think what he did was he waited to see if the Katakuri was going to die. Because he really wants this Kuzan on board if the Katakuri is still on board, so that way he could pop it next turn. But since Mateo let him beat over the Katakuri, he's like, I don't need this Kuzan anymore. Like, I'm perfectly content if he swings into it, which it looks like is what's happening here. Yeah, I have to imagine we just let it die. So far, looking like Eric's going to win this game. I'd be kind of surprised if he didn't, but we do know a Gecko Moira's at the bottom, so it's definitely not over. We did just play a vanilla 9k, so that feels pretty bad as the NL player. That is definitely one of the big reasons why Eric has left him at 2. Oh, burning himself here is not a great sign, though. because I feel like if he had another gecko already in hand, he would not have done that. The Raigo being able to just clear that Yamato. Yeah, he's run out of geckos already. Wow. So I think here we're probably hoping for a baby Sabo that will draw us into the gecko for next turn. I feel like a lot of the joking and good times that they were having at the start of the match have kind of slowed down.
It's serious.
They seem really locked in now. You think?
Yeah.
Okay, so gonna swing 6, and then we're gonna swing 8, and then 9, and then 9.
Big numbers.
Yeah, big numbers. Taking the 6 to counter out of the 8 would be crazy work, actually.
Do you know who's favored in this matchup? Did you say that already?
I did. It should
50-50.
be roughly 50-50.
Plus or minus 5.
Around there.
I remember now.
You do.
Thanks, honey.
You're so smart. Fun fact, actually, when I had a coaching session with Eric, we 2v1'd in Enel on ladder, and it was mostly Eric playing.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost, and that was the game that made me decide that I was not going to be playing BY, because I was like, I'm not going to fucking lose to an else. There's not a world where I want to play a deck that doesn't just stomp an L. And now all these months later, I play Dofi. But at the time, it was Lucci, and Lucci stomped an L.
I feel like your Dofi versus Enel record is pretty good.
Oh, it's really good. But theoretically, it's hard.
Not for my honey.
I think if I played versus a really good Enel, I think it would be hard, but no one who's really good plays Enel. No offense to Mateo. Mateo might be really good. But us Americans, if we're good, we're not wasting it on Enel. I'll tell you that right now. Eric Quintana, American. He's spending his time playing BY. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and swing 9 of life. Looks like we're going for the kill. Oh, the Frankie trigger. Draw one. Could we go ahead and swing 9 again? I mean, surely if we just dodge a ton of triggers, we just win this turn?
Surely.
Okay, I thought he was going to give us 1 2K, and I was like, brother, that is not enough. That is not enough. Alright, getting rid of the Yamato. So I guess the question is, what is Eric's risk tolerance? And it looks like he's willing to swing 10 here. Putting the Enel officially to 0. Now we're going to swing 7. And then should be 10. And I imagine, yeah, that's guaranteed lethal. I don't know how many cards are in hand. But I imagine the math was mathing. Eric successfully dodging every trigger. I think literally we saw 0 triggers that game. Is that true?
He just played the Frankie card.
That doesn't even count. All that did was draw 1 card.
Could have been helpful.
What do you think it could have been? A 2K?
Yeah.
Frankie's a 2K. So if he drew a 2K, that's almost like he didn't even trigger it. Okay, so these are Eric's stats. Okay, so 5th, add Nats and Dallas. Yeah. Oh, 23rd in Orlando. All right, I was wrong about... I mean, technically not wrong about the multiple top 8s. Because this is number 2. To be honest, I thought he had more than that. All right, he's hella underrated. Y'all go give him a follow. He's hella good at the game. 100%. I know definitively. Why aren't we skipping these? Oh, he has a 2nd place, and that's his only showing thus far. Interesting. And it was an online regional. With yellow?
Noted.
Little sus.
Noted.
I'm making no judgments. I'm not saying anything, but...
But what?
I guess technically we didn't know he played yellow at that event. There's just kind of a little bit of a history in the game. Not to say that Mateo has been part of this history. I'm sure he hasn't. But there is a history of yellow players cheating in online events. There's like a Katakuri who won like multiple events and he was cheating in all of them.
That's so mean.
I would call it theft. But yeah, mean is another word for it. Gonna go ahead and swing 5 at life. Going to go ahead and trigger the Frankie just to upstart Goblin. You don't know what that means, do you?
No.
It's okay. It's a card in Yu-Gi-Oh where you play it and all it does is draw you a card. Just says draw 1 card.
You thought I would know what that means?
No. Okay. I knew you wouldn't. But maybe you've been studying your Yu-Gi-Oh decks. Mm-hmm. This Kuzan has been getting popular. When was this Kuzan printed?
What does it do?
It like puts something in life or something. I actually don't even... And then I think the person who gets the life has to discard a card.
Seems good.
I don't actually really understand... Okay, place one of your... Okay, it's from OP09. Okay, place one of your opponent's character with cost 3 or less at the bottom of your opponent's life face up. Like 3 or less? I'm just not sure I get it. Like, they play this for the teach. They play this because when they go second...
They could put the babies in life?
But BY doesn't really play the babies on board versus decks that have removal. Oh, the Shirahoshi? Yo, someone...
Shirahoshi.
Yeah, someone hit me up if you're trying to cop some Shirahoshis. I got 2 Shirahoshis I'm trying to move. Hit me up. Get them before Enel skyrockets because of EBO2. Bandai has to stop with what they're doing to yellow. It's disgusting what they're doing. Alright, so he discarded a Raigo, and I'm not sure what the other card was. I wonder why Eric plays the alt art of only exactly this Sabo. Like, I think the rest of his deck is base rarity. Seems a little weird, right? Maybe he doesn't believe in buying shiny cardboard, like how I don't believe it. And when he bought the structure deck, he opened that Sabo. That's my guess. If anyone's got the intel, let me know what's up.
I like his Dawn.
They're from Premium Booster.
Dawn.
Dawn, yeah. Shout out to the tutorial video. Katakuri. It feels like this Enel player actually just draws Katakuri nonstop. And it feels like it's probably the strongest card in this matchup. Just getting these blanket removals of like the Fist Luffy feels super impactful. But Eric's just gonna have the Makino.
Surely.
Yo, the judges have to stop. They have to stop. Who is this for? Like, I am a patron of playing the game properly. No one even knows this is what you're supposed to do. I think I've played exactly 0 opponents who knew that you're supposed to put the card on the field and then rest your Dawn. Oh, no Kuzan. No Kuzan is tough.
I feel like if I did that, I would just forget to rest the Dawn.
You do that. Yeah. When I said I'd never see anyone do that, I really meant purposefully. I see you do it accidentally. Okay, I actually feel like this matchup looks so much more annoying now than when it in like at the Nats that Eric got 5th, like in 7.5. Cause like the new Nami and this Kuzan, they just seem so annoying. They just seem so annoying. Oh, I just realized that Eric's rocking all gold Dawn.
Remember when I said I like his Dawn?
Yeah, but I didn't realize they were gold. I thought you just liked them because they were cool looking.
Well, I feel like that was part of it. They are cool looking.
They are cool looking. Gonna go ahead and flambe. Dude, I wish I could do this as the Dofi player. What if I could just give my BY player infinite health?
What?
And they just were never able to awaken.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're looking at 7K leader right now. The Makino did in fact come up. Who do you guys think right now? If you're watching right now and you don't know the results, chat. Who do you guys think is winning the whole thing? What do you think, Abby?
I need options.
You need the options. I'll pull them up. Alright, Eric's healing. He's going to play Sabo.
Surely a Dofi will be in the finals, right?
I hope
Just
so.
based on...
The fact that there's 3 in top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Surely.
Feels like there should be. Alright, I'll pull it up later. But there's 3 Dofi. There's 2 BY, including Eric. There's the Enel. There's 1 Shanks. The Shanks is playing a Dofi. The other BY is playing a Dofi. The other BY is playing Holden on Dofi specifically. And then there's a Pluffy playing a Dofi.
So surely the Dofi just wins the Shanks game and the Pluffy game.
Yeah, that would be my expectation.
Maybe the other one loses against BY.
Hopefully not. Holden's my goat. Why are we showing this in the middle of Eric's turn?
They just like to show different angles. He's giggling.
Yeah.
I wonder what he said.
Yeah, I kind of wonder too. Oh, he's got a Rygo? The ace, I assume? Yeah. Sometimes I think about how many cards in Pluffy were just genuinely never played. Like, they never played Rygo. They never played the 4-cost blocker Shirahoshi. They never played the Nami. Like, so many cards. I just kind of feel like...
In Pluffy?
No, in BY Luffy. Did I say
Oh,
Pluffy?
you said Pluffy.
Well, some of us are running on very little sleep.
It's okay.
I just feel like this deck is just always going to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
The card pool for black and yellow are just so crazy. And just being a 9k leader is just inherently just so uber broken.
Uber duper broken. That's what I always say.
That's what I always say. I kind of wonder if he should have been a 3-life leader.
BY?
Yeah. Like, I think he would have been a lot more fair. Maybe he would have just been too bad, though. He probably would have just been awful. But as is, if he never gets touched on the ban list, it's just so hard for me to imagine him ever getting power crept. Because Bandai also seems to love printing generic yellow and black staples. And those are just gonna make BY better with time. Like, I haven't told you about it yet, but they're printing a new fucked up 2K for yellow in OP11. Like, I just don't even know why they're printing it. It's just like, I just don't even understand, like, what inspired them to print it.
We're in OP09.
Yeah. So we're, like, a good 4 or 5 months away. Maybe more.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you about it when we get there.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
Honestly, very possible we get a ban list before then. We'll see.
Oh. I thought they were going to shake hands.
No. I literally don't know who's winning this game. I really depends on the number of cards in Eric's hand. He hasn't played a Gecko yet. I mean, you have to assume he has one. Okay, is Mateo going to heal here, or is he going to rush? He's going to rush. Yeah, I do think you definitely want to keep the Enel player at 2 health as the BY. If there's one takeaway from this video, if you're a BY player struggling with Enel, I think keeping them at 2 life is really, really huge.
Why?
Well, so like this ace can heal you, and then if you have 2 or less, it gets rush. So if you're already at 2, if you heal, now you're at 3 and it doesn't get rush.
Mm. And
like kind of a similar, I love how he did that 100% for the judges. Same kind of concept with the Yamato, where the Yamato heals and then pops.
Yeah.
Gecko. I wonder what 2 cards he'll play. That's when you're supposed to say you're being facetious.
You're being facetious?
Well, I sure was. Because I think we both know he's playing Luffy and he's playing Sabo. Gonna go ahead and Luffy effect. Get rid of the Garp. Put probably double Sabo in life. Yeah. I'm gonna upgrade the Sabo, going to a 9k leader, 1 life. Draw 2, trash 2. Okay, going 11 at Katakuri. I could see a world where this demands 2 2Ks. Yeah. I'm gonna go 8 at Katakuri. Gonna take a 1K and then we'll pass. Okay. Do you have any idea how many cards Enel has in his hand?
No idea.
You know, in a Dofi BY game, like round 10 of Swiss, I was counting how many cards each player had while I was actively recording. It was pretty crazy. Not so much the BY, really just the Dofi. I was keeping track of how many cards Jonas had.
Just for fun?
Well, I felt like it was pretty relevant information.
Yeah.
I really wish that these counters were for cards in hand, but I understand that production-wise, that's probably pretty tricky. Ooh, okay. Enel has 5, and BY has probably like 5 or 6. Yep. Yep. Put it sideways, baby. Shoutouts to all the people who make this possible. Alright, gotta give him a 2K. I feel like this is not a bad position for Enel at all. Kind of feel like we might see a game 3. Honestly, both of these decks seem like really weird decks to go into time with. So I just have genuinely no idea how the two players will play in the context of time. Because they both seem to want to starve each other. And obviously, when the clock is ticking down, you want to be dealing damage, so... Luffy Sabo again? Or double Sabo? Double Sabo. Double Sabo. Oh, it's just so sickening when they do this to you. You know how hard it is to break through 9K, 1 life, 2 blockers that are indestructible?
Pretty hard, I imagine.
Don't think I've ever killed through it. In my entire life, I don't think I've killed an opponent that got to that game state ever.
Okay, I have to sneeze.
Not on camera.
I know.
It's just not professional. This is a professional YouTube channel where we do serious things like watch grown men play a children's card game. We don't sneeze on camera here. I'm not exactly sure why Eric chose to swing before leveling up his little baby Luffy.
Are they just thinking?
I think the Enel player's
Oh.
thinking.
He took.
Oh, trigger.
What is it?
I think it says if this is your last life, you can discard 2 cards and then heal. And then now he gets to Enel heal.
Oh my gosh.
I'm ready for game 3. I kind of think we won't get one, but I kind of want to. I think it would be fun.
You think BY wins?
I have literally no idea.
Oh.
I mean, the only thing that I know for sure is that it's really hard to kill when they have double blocker 1 life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Enel's win condition at this point is to try and survive for just a couple more turns and hope that eventually Eric runs out of ways to awaken. But that's also hard to do when he's freaking cycling 4 cards every turn. Okay, so I saw a Big Sabo and a Rocket Luffy are the 2 cards he just drew. Okay, discard the Rocket Luffy and the Sabo. So, basically didn't cycle at all. Gonna swing 11 at the Katakuri. Oh, and we're giving a 0 cost event.
They just both have so many cards.
Yeah, their boards are large.
Yeah. Oh, he only has 1 card left?
I think he has 2 in hand. I could be wrong though.
Oh, why did he give the... Oh.
Wait, what just happened? I think he didn't give the correct amount of counter. I think he countered and it wasn't the right amount. Man, maybe we look back just real quick.
I feel like that was weird.
Okay. So he swings. So he swings 11. Oh, and he gives the 0 cost. And he acts like... I wonder if that was on accident or for
Wait,
real.
what is the 0 cost?
It's plus 3,000. Discard a card. You know, like Gum Ring.
Yeah.
Just that's what 0 costs always are.
Oh, I
basically.
didn't know that.
Basically. I can't think of any other 0 costs.
Okay.
I wonder if that was... I'm going to assume that was on accident on Mateo's part. But you just never know in situations like this. Good thing the judges caught it, because I don't think that Eric did.
So he just gave another card?
No, the thing died.
Oh. Oh.
So he gave up 2 cards in his hand, and the thing still died. So Eric just wins this on the spot, I'm pretty sure. Like, if Enel won after that huge blunder, it would be kind of insane, actually. Go swing 11 at Gecko. I have to imagine this gets blocked. Right? Surely?
Really interesting.
Wow, the crazy thing is, I kind of feel like the Enel was not in a bad position if he countered properly. It looks like the judge is still talking to him. He looks really sad. I think Eric also only has 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, I wonder what that judge is saying.
I don't know. Anyone know anything about this Mateo guy? Does he have any sort of reputation, or do we think that was for real just an accident? Like, I believe it's an accident. But there's just so much stuff that happens in the One Piece community that, you know, I don't think it's impossible. The thing is, Enel still wins if he hits one single good trigger, right? I do think we just top decked the baby Sabo. I don't know if that helps us live, though. Oh, wait. We just swing at the board. Never mind, I was tripping. Yeah, for sure Eric wins this, because we just get to take those 2 aces. Because we trolled with the Katakuri. Yeah, BY wins for sure. I mean, Eric goes to 0 cards in hand, but it doesn't matter. Well, I don't think it matters, at least.
What is this other card?
It's just a 5k vanilla at this point.
So it doesn't really do anything.
Well, it could help him swing over the gecko.
That's true. What's he looking for?
I have literally no idea. I think he was counting how many of each baby he had in trash, probably, to see which to put. I imagine most of the time we're just swinging 10-10 into one of these geckos. And then one's getting blocked and one's dying. This is actually so crazy that they're just on pure top deck mode. Oh, wait, what?
Interesting.
Why didn't he swing 10-10 at the geckos? We could still swing at the gecko. I don't understand what's happening. He doesn't want to turn the Kuzan sideways because he wants to be able to try and kill next turn? I
don't get it.
I'm not sure I get it either. If anyone really understands what this Enel player is trying to accomplish here, I just kind of feel like if we tried to play a top deck war, we have more good top decks than the BY player does. Like, our cards are better in a vacuum when it's like each player is getting one card a turn. So I feel like I would have been perfectly okay with just swinging at these geckos. But he seems to disagree. Two cards in his hand? Oh, he passed. Surely he was supposed to block, right? I feel like I think he sent himself to the Shadow Realm.
He didn't want to swing
The Sabo?
Oh, then it just gets blocked. I see.
Yeah, it gets blocked and then
So
he kills him.
Yeah.
Right. But, like, the thing that I don't understand is why didn't Mateo block the gecko? Then you can be at 1 life, which obviously being at 1 life is way better than having 1 blocker. Oh, it's because he's going to swing with the Shirahoshi? Wait. Alright, Mateo's better than I am. Despite the horrific blunder, I'm going to be honest with you. I was not ready for the Shirahoshi to kill the BY player. Wow. Wow.
That was an interesting
Wow, that was a crazy game. Yo, game 3? Game 3? Also, Mateo, do you recognize that flag?
No.
It looks like...
Embarrassingly, no.
I literally don't know what flag that is. I think it's a Latin American flag, though. It's like, I really don't know. But, Abby's fact-checking to see what type of flag it is. But that means that Mateo, if he is from Latin America, is currently playing to try and go to Worlds, where Eric is not. So this match does technically mean a lot more for Mateo than it does to Eric. So picking up the 5-drop Luffy. Very important card in this matchup. This is probably the matchup where that card matters the most, I would imagine. Because they try to heal you so much.
Uruguay.
Yep. I wonder if this is going to go to time.
That's what I was going to say.
I think surely it will, right?
Surely.
Looks like Eric's trying to play at a pretty fast pace. Though Mateo's starve strategy
isn't really going to work out.
Is a lot worse in the time scenario. Oh, wow. He's still doing it. The absolute mad lad. He said, you know what? You can have as much life as you want. We got 13 minutes and 40 seconds. I'll get you below 2 by then.
I do feel like that's probably reasonable.
13 minutes isn't that much time. It's not that much time.
Yeah, but like...
It helps that both players are playing fast. But Eric doesn't need to be taking 15-second turns. He doesn't have to. He's being a good guy. He's playing very fast. But there's a real argument to be made that he's not supposed to be playing this fast. But I don't know. That's a hard thing to manage. Always play at a reasonable pace. Do not slow play, please. But no one says you have to take a 12-second turn. You okay? Yeah. I do also reckon that... You're laughing because I said the word reckon?
You reckon that what? What
that
do you
if they're tied at 2-2 life, Eric will have for sure gone through more cards in his deck than Mateo. Which means that Mateo would win the tie for life. So maybe Eric knows that, and he's like, look, we're going to get to a game state where we both have 2 life anyways. So I need to play fast so that we're not... So we get past the point of the game state where we're both at 2. Mateo wants to play fast because he's like, we got to get to the game state where we're both at 2. And Eric is like, I got to play fast so we can get past that point.
I was kind of reckoning the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought about all that?
Yeah.
My little super genius. You Doctor Stranged it? You saw the 14 million possible futures? You want to bet on who's going to win? Who do you want? Sponsored by by Steak. Gamble your lives away, surely. Oh, he's playing the value gecko. You don't see this too often. Oh, I thought he was going to whiff on the search for a second. The first 2 missed, and I was going to be like, imagine being freaking game 3 of top 8, and you whiffed the search. How sickening that would be in your deck that has like a 98% hit rate. It's probably lower than that, but it's really high.
Oh, I feel like he's moving so quickly.
For sure. Has anyone crunched the numbers? What has a higher chance to hit, Sengoku or Garp? It has to be Sengoku, right? It's for sure Sengoku.
Surely.
Surely. Does it have to be Sengoku? It has to be, right? It literally has to be. Ooh, popping the Kuzan. That's probably mildly annoying. Hmm. What's your prediction? This feels tense.
Who wins?
Yeah. No gamble, just straight love of the game.
I want to say Eric.
They're gonna get to the game state where they're 2-2. Honestly, they've played a lot of turns in like 9 minutes. They've played a lot of turns. Granted, Enel plays like 1 card a turn, so.
What are your predictions?
I'm leaning towards Enel, but we'll see. Eric actually has like 15 cards in hand. Oh, Eric looks mad nervous. I feel like he didn't look nervous before, but I feel like he's got a little bit of the shakies right now. Oh, pops the Shirahoshi? The Shirahoshi heals on KO, for context.
I gathered that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't know if you knew. You've never played like a removal deck? So like,
Thanks.
except for when you became a BY warrior for like a week. You think there's a world where you could have really enjoyed BY?
I think I would have gotten frustrated.
Wait. He didn't draw off the Nami? Oh, you have to have 6 or less cards in your hand. I didn't even know that part. You think what?
I think I would have gotten frustrated that I wasn't good at BY.
Well, you were frustrated about Dofi for a little bit. You remember that?
Yeah.
When you got over that.
Yeah.
I think everyone's kind of frustrated when they're first starting a deck and they're bad at it.
Yeah, but everybody says BY is really hard to get good at. You know?
Yeah, but Dofi's really hard to get good at too. People don't necessarily say that, but that's because they don't understand how hard it is.
Which one do you think is harder?
I think BY is more punishing, where you can make a mistake, and if you put like the wrong thing in life, you just lose on the spot. But I do think BY has a lot of turns where you go Gecko, play Sabo, play Luffy. I actually could teach it to like a 10-year-old. But the hard part is getting to those turns. So like BY is obviously, there's a lot of skill involved. BY is probably a little bit harder. But I think most people think the gap is bigger than I think it is. I think because it's so punishing, people feel like it's really hard, but like, just put the right thing in life.
Oh my God.
He's trying to play so fast. He's trying to turbo this. What is it? Wait, did he play 3 babies this turn? Also, did he rest any Dawn for either of those? Am I tripping? Did he not rest on? Did he do it so fast I didn't even see it? So he played 2 babies. Yeah, okay, this should be correct, I think. Wait. I don't think this is correct. 6, 8. I think 2 of this Dawn is supposed to be rested, right? Didn't he just play 2 babies? Did he cheat? We'll look at the timestamp. Like 9:30. We'll go back at the end. Did really no one catch it if true?
Just go back and check now.
Well, kind of ruins the flow. The people who are watching, they know. Like they're tapped in. They know if he rested the Dawn or not.
Like the judge?
No.
Oh.
The viewers at home watching this video.
Oh. Oh. Hey.
Oh my god. I think they're catching it. Oh, I think they're catching it. I'm not sure what type of penalty this will be. I hope it's not a game loss. I don't really understand why there's 8.5 minutes left on the clock. I think they're catching it. Yeah, I think they're catching it. Oh, this would be a heartbreaker. I don't really know what the penalty in this situation would be. If it's just like a warning or if they rewind. Cuz he did use extra Dawn to swing that does give away private knowledge. I wonder what he's trying to explain here. Who are the really good lip readers? I need a really good lip reader in the comments to translate what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I was right. He didn't rest it. See, I told you we wouldn't have to rewind. They'd figure it all out. Mateo seems a little unbothered. Why is he getting to keep the Dawn on the characters? He looks really upset. He looks really upset.
I wonder if he's trying to express, like, I don't know.
I kind of do wonder what his point of view is. Like, for sure it was an accident. For sure. I'm really not sure. Maybe we don't sit in a judge call for 10 minutes. Oh my god, this is a crazy long judge call. Does he not get the Dawn on leader? But he attached to the leader first, no? Like, I think he started his turn by attaching to the leader. Okay, there's still a judge calling this. Oh, he looks really upset.
Is it just a game loss?
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh, fuck.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
That makes me so sad.
Well, we don't need to watch Eric all upset. Holy shit, that's fucking brutal. I don't want to see that. Damn, that really sucks. I'm sure there's gonna be some haters on the internet who say he was trying to cheat. 100% he was not trying to cheat. It was literally anyone who knows him knows that was obviously an honest mistake. That's actually so brutal. I kind of can't believe he didn't get like a warning or something like that, because like literally the game before Mateo countered and didn't. I don't know. I know they're two separate issues, but that's a huge bummer. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.